Hello everyone, today I'm going to be taking you to Sheng Kee Bakery and I'm going to be trying out some of their most popular items on their menu. Sheng Kee first opened in Taiwan in 1948 and then they opened their first store in the US in San Francisco in 1981 and now they have a decent handful of different bakeries throughout the Bay Area. Last year I went to Sheng Kee to try a whole bunch of their different mooncakes, and while I was there I saw some of their other items look really good and I promised you that I would be back. So it looks like we're finally going to be heading over there today. Sheng Kee offers a lot of traditional Chinese/Taiwanese items such as pork buns, egg tarts, and pineapple buns, all these which I've been eating for years, so I'm really curious to see how they are. So let's head over there now. I'm back from Sheng Kee now, and we got a really nice spread of different pastries right here. I got a whole bunch of different pastries right here, some sweet, and I also got some egg tarts as well, but I'm going to start off with my first two savory pastries. I'm going to be starting off with the BBQ Pork Bun, and it actually smells pretty good. There's two different types of BBQ Pork Buns. There's the ones that are steamed and the ones that are baked. And this one is baked and I've always preferred these. And it actually smells quite eggy because it looks like it has a nice egg wash on the outside. That's quite tasty. I do like the outside, it has a nice chew to it, and I like that it's not overly thick, it's not overly bready, and you really have a nice filling in there. It's nice and fatty and quite flavorful. I really love all the spices in there, and another thing I think that's quite nice is that it's not dyed bright red. Most of the time when you get these baked pork buns, it's bright red on the inside, but in this case there's no artificial colors, so I think it's a little bit better for you in that sense. My second savory item is the shredded pork bun, and this is basically just a pork floss bun, which is dried pork, and it's a shelf-stable item, which I think is pretty cool. It's basically like pork jerky instead of beef jerky, and it's shredded up, and then they stuff it and top it on top of a bun. This bread definitely reminds me of the outside of the pork bun, except it's fluffier, so in my opinion this is even better in terms of the taste and texture. And I also love the pork floss on top. It has a really deep and cured flavor, nice and salty of course, and I like the texture. It's nice and shredded finely. However, you also have these little crispy bits in here, which I think is quite interesting, but it adds a really nice texture. Next is the red bean bun, and this is a sweet bun filled with sweet red bean filling. I really love the texture of this red bean bun. The outside is chewy and the inside you have a filling filled with red beans, and I like that they keep them partially whole so you really get a great texture from all the red bean skin in there, and it's also not overly sweet. Next is the cocktail bun, and this is popular at a lot of different Chinese bakeries. I always see people getting these. I love this cocktail bun. Sheng Kee does a really good job on their cocktail bun. The outer bun has a crunchy top, similar to what would be on a pineapple bun, so I like the texture there. And on the inside, I love the coconut paste because it is so smooth. Oftentimes I find them to be a little bit too gritty, but not here. This coconut paste is what really makes it special. It's just like biting into a coconut. You just have a wonderfully intense coconutty flavor. Now for this custard bun, and I'm looking forward to this. I love the design on the outside. It has a nice swirl of custard. So I have a feeling this is going to be quite heavy on the custard filling, which I am a big fan of. This bun is ridiculous. I feel like I'm in custard heaven right now. What really makes this special is the custardy inside has such a deep yellow color, and I can tell that's because of all the agates in here. It has a really rich eggy flavor, and the texture of it is so pleasant as well. It really has a heftiness to it, almost like a rich buttercream. This is definitely reminiscent of an egg custard, so I have a feeling their egg tarts might be pretty good as well. Speaking of egg tarts, let's see how their egg tart is. It has a very yellow center. This is a decent egg tart, but it's not the best I've ever had. I'm going to start with the positives. I really like the crust. It's nice and soft and flaky. However, the custard I think is a little bit lacking in flavor. It's a little bit mild. It doesn't taste super eggy. It kind of just tastes like they're using egg whites. So I think it could be a little bit sweeter as well, which would help bring out some of the egginess. Now let's see how their Portuguese egg tart is. I definitely know it's quite popular because when I was there, they were putting out another tray of these. This Portuguese egg tart is about twice as good as the regular egg tart. The crust on the bottom is nice and soft, but on top it's really crunchy, which I like. The texture is quite pleasant, and the filling is also a lot more flavorful. It's exactly what I want. It's more custardy, it's richer, it's sweeter, and it's creamier. It could be that the filling is more flavorful, but I'm definitely tasting that the crust is more on the buttery side compared to the first egg tart as well. Now for their green tea bun, and I got this one because it looks quite interesting. I love the design on top, it's nice and swirly, and it also has a deep green color. The scent is quite mild, has a very mild green tea scent, but we'll see how it tastes. It looks pretty flavorful and vibrant. This is really interesting. It's not what I was expecting. I was expecting sort of a matcha flavor, but it definitely tastes like a green jasmine tea. So it's really nice and floral and fragrant, and I think it's quite a bit different. Definitely worth a try if you're into tea. I feel like it will definitely pep you up a bit. Now for their taro bun, and I already like the looks of it. It looks quite large. It already seems like the biggest item I've tried so far, and it looks like there's some sort of taro outside. I'm not sure if there's a taro filling, but let's find out. I'm loving this taro bun. The top is very flaky. As you bite into it, it makes a little bit of a mess, but in a good way. And I love the inside. It's so rich and taro-y. It definitely tastes quite filling, and it has an intense flavor. And I like that it's so smooth. It's buttery, soft, and smooth. I know I was talking about texture similar to a pineapple bun earlier, but now we're actually trying a pineapple bun. This is the coconut pineapple bun, so I have a feeling this is going to be pretty good. I think it's going to be similar to the coconut cocktail bun I had earlier. I feel like there's going to be some sort of coconut paste inside of this, but we'll have to find out. This is a great pineapple bun. The top is really crunchy. I love the texture on that, and the inside's a little bit different than a cocktail bun. It's a little bit more gritty, but I definitely understand it because it's a little bit more subtly sweet. It's not quite as sweet just because of the pineapple bun, and I really like the texture. It definitely has a little bit of a chew to it. Finally, we have the Hong Kong pineapple bun. A pineapple bun is one of my favorite things to get at a Chinese bakery, and the Hong Kong pineapple bun is basically just like a richer and more buttery version of a pineapple bun. This is definitely a Hong Kong pineapple bun. It's definitely different than a regular pineapple bun, which has a bit of a softer top. This one, the top is really crunchy and buttery, so it almost tastes like a butter cookie that's glued on top of a bun. The top on this is definitely a lot thicker compared to most pineapple buns I've had in the past. I really love the texture. It's just so crunchy and pleasant to bite into. That first crunch is really everything. My favorites were the cocktail bun because I love the intense coconutty flavor, which paired nicely with the pastry. The Portuguese egg tart was also great. I love the crust because it was so soft and flaky, and the custard was really nice and rich. And the Hong Kong pineapple bun was also great, and I thought that was quite special because of the crunchy top. I think the best thing about Sheng Kee Bakery is their value. I was able to get 14 items for $28. That averages out to about $2 an item, and I think that is a steal. You know, if you're really looking for a variety of Chinese and Taiwanese pastries, they're definitely the place to go because great value, and they also have a huge variety of different items. And yeah, I really hope you all enjoyed the video. Make sure if you did to give it a like, and also make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.